Hey everyone, it's your boy SEMO-MAC, another product review. So, what do I have today? Well, I got something from the company that I just got another product for that I just done a review on, but they sent me this as well, and that is from XUDAKAIXIN. And like I said, I'm not pronouncing that right, but that's okay because I'm gonna stick it right up here so you can actually see it, so you know what I'm talking about. And what I got here is the premium sharpening kit. Yeah, it's a knife sharpening kit, but hey, I might as well get it because the many knives I've been getting, I need this. So, as y'all know, I always use my products that I get because that's how I know if I'm gonna like them or not. So these are gonna look kind of worn. Just bear with me on this, all right? So what do you get out of this? Well, first of all, you get the manual, which is actually kind of cool because it actually tells you the different degrees that you can sharpen most of your knives with, which is really good. If I can find it on here. But yeah, it actually tells you the different degrees per knife. If it's like a small knife, medium knife, large knife, extra fine blades, stuff like that. So it tells you pretty much what you need, what type of degree you need on there. So these are very handy. I will tell you that I sat down and I actually read this before I started with this stuff, just because. But you get a little holding case, and this is some freaking heavy wood, I ain't gonna lie. So you get that. You also get, and like I said, I do apologize because these got some discoloring to them because I have been trying it out. This is your angle. This is magnetic. So pretty much what you do is you blade up, put your knife on there, make it to where it's pretty much level. You got to do this on a level table, y'all. Have it on there, and then this holds your knife in place. And like I said, when I say I use it, you can see the discoloration on there. So yeah, so you know I've been sharpening a knife or two with it. And I actually have that knife here with me because I want to show you what it's done. So there's this, which we can set right here. Or actually probably go the other way with it. Yeah, there we go. And this is your stone. And you're thinking, SEMO-MAC? No, it ain't. That's a piece of wood. That's no stone. No, it's stone. This is a roller stone. These things are actually really cool. I've been looking at them. These are, I guess they call it like a kind of like a Japanese sharpening kit. But what you have on one side here is a number 400 for your, this is a diamond grit. Pretty much it's like a stone is what it is. I will tell you that this one is, the grit's pretty much gone on it because the knife that I used it on. But hey, one thing they do give you, because they know that you're probably going to use it, they give you another one. All right. And when I say I wore this bad boy down, I wore it down. That's my finger trying to go across that. As you see, it's grabbing. And you can kind of tell that there's a lot of, you know, still some good diamond on that one because this one hasn't been used. The one that's on here, on the other hand, as you can say, I can pretty much do that right there. So, diamond grit 400 on this side. On the other side is a, I think it's a ceramic is what this is. Yes, it is. It is a ceramic. So this right here, so this one right here, just to give you a breakdown, this one right here, the 400, actually is what kind of gets your blade ready. All right. So that's going to be your heavier to get your blade pretty much when it's worn, stuff like that. It redefines the edge on it and kind of get you started where the edge needs to be. Then you come back with this right here, with this stone. And this right here is, it's like it makes the fine edge on it, kind of knocks the any real defining burrs or anything like that off of there. So that's what this is for. It's very smooth, and it gives you that real fine edge for it to be sharp. All right, we're gonna set that right there. Another thing you get in this is a leather hone. So it is a piece of wood that they've got on here with a piece of leather across here, and that is your company that actually sent this out to me. And this right here is that very, very fine tuning on the edge is what this is. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And as you see, there's nothing else in here other than my replacement. Now, you're sitting there going, well, SEMO-MAC, if you said you used it, what did you use it on? Well, you know how SEMO-MAC is. SEMO-MAC cannot, you know, just use a regular knife and go, hey, let's see how this works. No, no, no. So if you've actually seen one of my previous videos, I actually got a Japanese tanto knife in, and that joker was so dull, it wouldn't cut paper, it wouldn't penetrate paper, and I will throw that up here where you can see where I was trying to do the paper cut test on it, and it wasn't doing nothing. And I said I was going to try to sharpen it. This thing had no edge on it at all. Now, after I spent, probably about 15 minutes on it, it's got an edge now, and I can give you a little close-up on it, and you can see where I have gone across there. This one right here was a challenge, so I figure, hey, let's go ahead and just knock it out of the park with this right here. And to kind of give you a kind of a display of it, of what we actually, how this works, set this over here. So this right here was going pretty much at a, I think it was a 15. Actually, I think it was a 30 is what it was, if I can get it there. So one good thing about this is to adjust your angles. As you see right here, you have them on there. All you do is pull out and go to adjust your angles. As you can see right here, that kicks out. This is at a 15 degree right there, actually a 10. And if we go up each one, you will see that it adjusts. You see as it pulls in. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to set that right here because I've already gone through this, try to sharpen it. And as you can see, some of the markings as I was doing here, because I was trying to find the actual angle on that I needed. But literally what you do, put that on here. And sometimes, depending on the knife, it's not going to set like it's supposed to. So you do have to play with it. What I was doing was kind of something like this, where I could lean it off the side of a table. I know it's nice and steady. I put the blade down to where it's sitting on the actual board itself. And then all you do, and I'm not going to take the grit off of this because I don't want to knock the edge off of it, but you literally just roll back and forth like this across that blade. So what you do, you just sit here and roll back and forth. You do that until you can actually get until it's just where it's just sliding across there. Then when you polish it, you do this on both sides, go back and forth. When you polish it, you can knock that edge off, and you can sit here and just go back and forth. As you can hear that hitting. So you do that. I will tell you that I have tried this on another knife that I had. It gives you the breakdown of small, medium, large, stuff like that, hunting knives and all of that. Depending on what kind of hunting knives, if you just have a basic teardrop, something like that, tanto, they're fine. Some of the hunting knives I've got that are kind of like precision knives, the way they're built, because I like the hammer forged stuff, it doesn't really work too well on this stuff. So really these are great for chef's knives. They do advertise that. They pretty much say, you know, hey, these are really good for, you know, the chef's knives, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I have not tried them with my chef's knives because all of my chef's knives are sharp. So I will do that in the future, try them out. But I did try it on this one. And like I said, I've sat here and messed with this one for a long time because it had no edge on it. So probably about 10, 15 minutes. And like I said, I knocked so much of that grit off of this right here, it's actually smooth. So that would be my only thing is, you know, as far as replacements, I don't know how long these are going to last. And I'm sure you can get replacements through the company. But that's the one thing that I'm kind of, you know, I pretty much threw that one out, you know, went through that one just on this knife. So that's my only concern that I have. But I will show you what this thing has done. Like I said before, that I put up here so you can actually see it. I mean, it wouldn't even cut paper. It wouldn't even puncture through paper. That's how bad this thing was. But your leather home, if you know anything about these, pretty much you just kind of go down, kind of get this to just knock. It's just fine tuning is what this is. You got that nice fine tuning. And yes, just so y'all know, I've actually been using this. I have cut into it on some other little smaller pocket knives because I was just toning them out because they were already sharp. And this thing works wonders. It works really well. So here's the verdict. I got you some paper here. Hopefully, I don't think this will cut like this because I still needs to do some fine tuning on it. But that's better than what it was. I can tell you that right now. This paper does kind of tear on me because I've got some very thin paper. But, I mean, so, you know, it's all right. But what I do like about this, because I have got that tip so freaking sharp on here, watch this. It's going to go through, and it cuts through with no problem. So, let's do that again. As you can see right here, and I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to right through. So, that is a massive improvement on this knife. Very, very, very massive improvement. I think a little bit more on it because I can actually see some, well, actually that's just paper curled up on there. This blade right here is going to take a while. But I aim to get this thing sharp. And with this, I think I can actually do it. Just learning how everything is. But yeah, I mean, that joker, see if I got another piece of paper here that I can use. Maybe. Oh yeah. So, puncture test again. As you can see, it goes through. And then the cut through it just right through. So, big improvement on this knife. Well, heck, while I got it here, let's see how sharp we got it here. Because it wouldn't even whittle wood either. That was another thing that was kind of crazy, is it wouldn't even whittle wood. Yeah, I'm throwing more wood again. So yes, this sharpener has made a world of difference. Look at that. This knife, y'all, would not do that at all. There's no way. I mean, all it would do was fold paper over. It would not do anything. It would not do this at all. I mean, you saw the wood flying everywhere. I mean, it's cutting through here. So yeah, I like it. SEMO-MAC likes it a lot. So, getting to closing here. What does SEMO-MAC think about this thing? Well, I'd give it a B+. And the only reason why I say that is because, you know, with a regular stone that you have, you can pretty much sharpen any knife on a stone. The way this is set up, it's really good, like I said, for your chef's knives, kitchen knives, stuff like that. Probably some of your bigger like Bowie knives, anything that you have kind of a, like I said, that teardrop type of blade, so you have kind of like a good solid spine going across, and then it drops off where you can actually roll across there. You get into these specialty knives or anything like that that has kind of like the curvature dip coming up, it's hard to get this level and actually hit every edge of that. So I'm just going to be honest with you, I've actually used these right here on a couple of my peanut knives because they were so small that it was actually taking the rubber off the top here. So because I couldn't get them up there good enough, so I actually just used this where I could just go around, you know. And matter of fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about because I have my little buck knife with me. Well, maybe I do. Yes, I do. But what I'm talking about is, as small as these little things are right here, I couldn't get a good grip on that because of how, you know, number one, this is not long enough. The blade's not, so it's kind of hard. Those right there, I couldn't. I was cutting the top off of the stuff there. So what I was doing with this, just to get a really nice, because I know my angle, I'm just taking it and I'm going across here, and it's pretty much the exact same thing. You know, you can pretty much just take this. So for these little peanuts, I mean, they do really good like that. Just take it and I will show you how sharp this little joker is by doing that the other night. Well, I get a place where I can actually cut it. You get right there on that tip, and it just goes right through. So that one and the other little one. So it can be used for several different knives. You just got to know what you're doing with it. So, you know, this one, not too bad. This paper is extremely wet in here from the humidity. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But, you know, it is what it is. But with that being said, this is your boy SEMO-MAC saying that, yeah, I give it a B+. Would I buy it? The price on them ain't bad. You know, I'll throw a link down in my description so you can check them out. You can look at the price. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad little sharpener. Me, I'm big on, I have a bunch of diamond stones that I use a lot. But if you're on a chef's knife, kitchen stuff like that, the bigger ones, these definitely do it. I mean, you saw it on that big old Tanto. I mean, it put a decent edge on it. Could the edge be better? Yeah, it can. You're just gonna have to take time to work it. So it's like that with any knife. So with that being said, SEMO-MAC here, telling you to always be kind, and I hope you have a great day. This is SEMO-MAC, and I'm out. Peace.